Welcome back to Cujo Sound, and here we are in the middle of editing some sounds for DARQ, some breathing sounds and attack sounds that I need to make sound animalistic. And just a quick recap of what happened in the previous video. I had just started recording these breathing sounds, and we're going to show you in this video what we can do with those to make them sound really awesome, or at least iterate upon how we can make them awesome. And that's it for a couple of those breathing sounds, in and outs. Just a little bit of slime like in my throat trying to breathe. It's really not very pleasant, but it really works well. The same thing goes for the very short bursts you heard here in the end. I think I'm going to use those as the impulse response filters that we can use, just to see if we can make some weird animalistic sound out of that, and hopefully something cool will come out of it. Now let's see what happens when we start cleaning these sounds up. And I also need to record the attack sound, which is a little weird because or whatever, you know. It always felt kind of weird to me sitting alone in my room screaming at my microphone, but it really works well. And my neighbors think that I'm messed up. Right, so those attack sounds, they are just me saying psychobabble into the microphone here. The next thing that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take all these sounds into RX and clean them up, as you've seen in some of the previous videos. Just basic spectral denoising, make sure the noises there is gone. But if you don't have RX, a quick and simple way of doing it is to run a simple spectral equalizer through it. There you will be able to see in the areas in between your transient and peaks, you will be able to see sort of where is the noise located in the equalizing spectrum. So then you can sort of try to equalize that part out manually. It won't sound as good. You can make it sound really cool though if you do it manually. But with RX, it sort of like does it automatically and does a lot of the stuff that would take you ages to do manually. It does that automatically, which is why I like to use RX. Here, I'm opening up Cubase. After having cleaned these sounds, let's take a listen to how they are on their own, or how we can perhaps make some cool loops out of just that. And I'll try to run this through various pitching methods that I have. Pitching it up, pitching it down, playing them on top of each other. Probably also run it through Kefir and see if we can get something nice out of that. First, I have found some nice animal sounds in my library. I actually tried to look up elephant, but found some sea lions of sorts that I thought sounded better. I cut those out and edited them a bit, though my Wavelab isn't connecting to the recording software that I'm using, so we cannot hear those as I'm editing them. But we can hear them as I clean them over in RX afterwards. Then I have added them to a special folder that I have named RRs, and I just use those as I please in Cubase on top of any sound and in any combination. But as you can hear, my computer seems to stutter already just by using one instance of the Stereo Kefir plugin, so I'll have to export before I can listen to it. I'll just export it straight to a new track and freeze the other one that we just used so that it won't use any power. What we're hearing now is already how it sounds just by taking the straight up breathing sounds that I made. I ran it through Kefir and the type of filter loaded there that I know will work in some sort of direction, and played it on top of the original recording, just pitched that down a little bit where the tempo has been kept. This will certainly work to start with. Let's see if we can make some other sounds, like the attack and so on, and go in the same direction. Or maybe if we can add the breathing loop on top again, but this time pitch it up. Let's try. And let's add some more kefir and see if we can somehow make it really nasty before we start exporting those for good and throw them at something else like Reformer Pro, Transformizer, or whatever tool we feel like using. So now we have some sort of bass sound that we can throw around into something else, just to play around with, actually. Eventually, I'll have enough to build a small library and then put something together out of that. Here in Reformer Pro, I'll load up whatever in the animal libraries I have and see if some of them will respond to the assets I have made. Once I find something, I can tweak them into something that I like. I can export all this again and potentially feed it into Reformer Pro again, or start a new project where I can do the whole thing over with kefirs and everything, and even mix it with the original sounds again. And that's just one iteration that I might do. Here, I'll show you how the first iteration is in RX so that you can hear all the sounds that I exported just from that one session and by messing around with some impulse responses, my own voice, Reformer Pro, and so on. In Reformer Pro, I added some Bengal Tiger and the Black Leopard. Those are standard libraries in Reformer Pro. The key here is to not just use Reformer Pro and feed it so that it sounds like those two animals, but having previously messed with Reformer Pro, I know what to expect as an end result if I feed certain things into those two libraries. So from that, I know that if I feed it this certain type of thing, I can then take that and further it into any chain of tools and just get that one layer I need to mix into some sort of end product. I don't know if this is going to be the end sounds I will use in DARQ, but it's a step in the right direction, and we wanted something animalistic. And there we have it. Hopefully this will encourage you to explore your own sounds and create your own by using every tool you have at your disposal. Not only software, but also your own voice, your pre-recorded things in your library, or sounds from libraries that you bought. No shame in buying libraries, by the way. To me, it's all part of the building blocks that we can create something with in the end. The creativity is the power in charge here. Thank you for watching this video about how I might make a sound. Like I said, I might iterate further on this, but it didn't take long to build some sort of base that I can work from. I might redo it all again, but that would only be if I found that I needed some sort of fundamental in the actual recordings to be remade. If you like this video, why not hit the like and subscribe button? If you want to see more and be kept up to date with game audio and sound design videos from my channel, subscribing would notify you every time I upload something. Even better, you can also head over to patreon.com/Cujo Sound, where you for as little as $1 a month can help me sustain this channel and help me afford the time I spend on creating all these videos. I would really appreciate it. You also gain access to the Cujo Sound Discord channel, where lots of both professionals and aspiring sound designers discuss their solutions, needs, questions, and help each other out, and I'm there to help you out as well. And we even post potential open positions that you can check out. Hopefully I'll see you there. This is Cujo Sound and Bjørn Jacobsen signing out.